everyone, Novels Wonderland here. Thank you all for the love and support you've shown me and the channel.
Deadpool the Superstar. Chapter 69 to 70, Chapter 69, If I Say Any More, Tears Will Fall. 1,528 words. Matt Murdock stood silently, his jaw tight, his face full of frustration as he glared at Deadpool. Deadpool, of course, ignored the look completely. He casually leaned against a nearby pillar, eating popcorn like he was watching a movie instead of standing in the middle of a serious confrontation. Elektra, however, paid no attention to Matt's anger. Her expression remained cold as she continued telling her story. After she broke up with Matt years ago, she discovered something that completely changed her life. She was pregnant. The timing could not have been worse. Her father had just been murdered, her life had fallen apart, and now she was carrying a child. With nowhere else to go and no one she trusted, Elektra dragged herself, pregnant and broken, to the chaste, the secretive warrior order led by Stick. She endured brutal training there while carrying the child. Every day was pain. Every night was loneliness. But she endured it all for one reason. Her daughter. When the child was finally born, Elektra named her Iona. For the first time in years, Elektra felt something resembling hope. But she also knew her own life was too dangerous. Assassins, ninja clans, cults, and ancient enemies surrounded her. Anyone close to her would become a target. So she made the hardest decision of her life. She secretly placed Iona with a normal family in China, hoping the girl could grow up far away from violence. Elektra never told Matt. She believed the less people who knew, the safer the child would be. For 11 years she kept this secret. Then everything collapsed. Iona disappeared. The family raising her vanished without a trace. The house was empty. No signs of struggle. No witnesses. Nothing. All Elektra found was a phone. And inside that phone was a video. A video showing Matt Murdock standing beside the training arena, watching Iona practice. When Elektra first revealed that she had a daughter named Iona, an 11-year-old girl, Matt froze completely. His heart skipped. His pupils widened in shock. Because he knew exactly when that timeline matched. That was the same time he and Elektra had been together. His mind reeled. I have a daughter. The thought alone felt impossible. But why would Elektra lie about something like this? Matt slowly replayed his memories. Their relationship. The breakup. The murder of Elektra's father. Her disappearance to train with the chaste. Everything she described was true. Even now, Matt could hear Elektra's heartbeat and breathing. She wasn't lying. But something still didn't make sense. Then she mentioned the video. A video showing him watching Iona train. And at that moment Matt knew one thing for certain. Something was very wrong. That wasn't me, Matt said firmly. His voice carried a quiet seriousness. You never told me about Iona. I didn't know she existed. Matt paused before continuing. I've been extremely busy recently. I haven't even had time to leave the city. He gestured toward Deadpool. Wade can confirm that. Matt turned his head toward him with a dark expression. Deadpool raised his hand like he was swearing in court. I can vouch for him. Matt relaxed slightly. Deadpool continued speaking. Matt's been extremely busy lately. Busy fighting criminals during the day. Busy training his apprentice in the evening. And busy fighting criminals again at night. Matt nodded. The explanation was technically correct. Although Deadpool made it sound like some kind of weird schedule. But then Deadpool continued. However, there is one small problem. Matt suddenly had a bad feeling. Deadpool scratched his chin. For the past half-month I haven't been in New York. So I can't confirm what Matt was doing during that time. Matt's mind exploded. What? He turned toward Deadpool in disbelief. Buddy. I asked you to help me. Not to throw gasoline on the fire. Matt immediately sensed danger. He turned toward Elektra. The woman who had been tearful only moments ago now wore a chilling smile. Her hand had quietly moved to the hilt of her sai. Matt instantly raised both hands defensively and stepped backward. Wait. Just wait. He retreated several steps. This guy is unreliable. Let me go wake blind spot. He can testify. Matt genuinely did not want to fight Elektra. Not because he feared her, but because fighting her was a terrible experience. It wasn't even a proper fight. It was just him getting beaten. Matt would honestly rather be beaten senseless by Deadpool at full strength. At least that fight would be fair. Fighting Elektra meant being humiliated repeatedly while trying not to hit her back. And the worst part? Deadpool was here watching. If Matt accidentally hit her even once, Deadpool would absolutely record it. Tomorrow every newspaper in New York would have headlines like Daredevil assaults woman. Masked vigilante abandons wife and child. Hero exposed as domestic abuser. Knowing Deadpool's personality, Matt was absolutely certain this would happen. Deadpool immediately protested. Slander. This is slander. What do you mean record everything perfectly? I'm not that skilled. He paused proudly. I just wear a tiny camera on my chest and record everything automatically. Matt silently cursed himself. Why did he ever think letting Deadpool testify was a good idea? Elektra's eyes narrowed. So he refuses to lie for you. And now you want to find someone who will. Deadpool nodded seriously. Exactly. Matt wanted to scream. He had completely dug his own grave. Even if he jumped into the Hudson River, he couldn't wash away this misunderstanding now. Just when the situation was about to explode again, Deadpool suddenly cleared his throat. Ahem. Let me say something fair. Elektra looked at him coldly. People who say that are usually already bribed. Deadpool ignored her. He spoke calmly. Is it possible that someone impersonated Matt? To kidnap your daughter. And the goal was to make you to fight each other. Elektra frowned slightly. Deadpool continued. Or another possibility. Maybe your daughter doesn't exist at all. Maybe someone controlled your mind and created that memory. Silence fell across the hall. Both Matt and Elektra stared at him. The idea sounded ridiculous. But Deadpool didn't laugh. He looked directly into Elektra's eyes. Don't you think something is strange? Why would you be absolutely certain Matt did it based on one video? Deadpool originally assumed Matt had secretly taken Iona away. Maybe he thought the girl wasn't safe with Elektra. Maybe he wanted to protect her. Then Elektra found out and came here furious. Deadpool expected a family drama. All he needed to do was mediate the argument. Then everyone would reconcile. A happy family reunion. And Deadpool would earn tens of thousands of dollars for his services. Perfect. But now things were completely different. Matt didn't even know the girl existed. That changed everything. Elektra suddenly shouted. That's impossible. She looked furious. Where is the evidence for your theory? You must at least have photos proving your daughter exists. Deadpool shrugged. You left her with another family, right? Let me tell you something. Professor X's neighbor once had to leave his family for safety. How did he do it? He rented the house next door. Then he secretly watched his child through binoculars every day. He even took photos constantly. His entire drawer was full of pictures. He even photographed the kid fighting a Quinjet once. Deadpool pointed at Elektra. And you're telling me You never went to see your daughter even once. You didn't take a single photo. Come on. Is that realistic? Elektra's breathing became chaotic. I have proof. She hurriedly pulled out a black phone. My video proves it. She unlocked the phone and opened a video file. This is Matt watching Iona train. But Deadpool tilted his head. What video? The phone screen was completely black. The phone wasn't even turned on. Matt's expression instantly turned serious. He couldn't see the screen. But he could hear Deadpool's heartbeat. Deadpool wasn't lying. There was no video. Matt spoke quietly. Who gave you that phone? Elektra stared blankly at the screen. Then she looked at Matt. Then at Deadpool. Her expression suddenly twisted in pain. A terrible headache struck her. She clutched her head and collapsed to the ground. Matt rushed forward. But before he could reach her, Elektra suddenly stood up again. Her expression had become cold and distant. She glanced at both of them. Then turned away. I will find the truth. Her voice was filled with killing intent. If I discover you are lying to me, I will kill all of you. With that, Elektra disappeared into the night. Deadpool immediately shoved another handful of popcorn into his mouth. His hands were shaking slightly. Wow, scary. He honestly wondered something. How exactly did Elektra plan to kill him? With her swords. Sure, her swords suppressed healing. But Deadpool's situation in this world was different. He was immortal. Even if the blades killed him temporarily, he would only lose consciousness. Eventually the radiation would weaken. And he would wake up again. If that wasn't the case. Deadpool sighed. His voice became strangely quiet. If I say any more, tears will start to fall. 180+ chapters available in Patreon. Patreon.com/dragonscribe31. Chapter 70, Deadpool and Dogs Not Allowed. 1,415 words. As Elektra disappeared into the night, Matt instinctively wanted to chase after her. But the moment he took a step forward, he suddenly remembered something. Blindspot was still lying unconscious on the floor. And nearby, Laura West was also unconscious. Matt stopped immediately. If he left now, there would be no one to watch them. He slowly turned his head and looked at Deadpool with pleading eyes. Deadpool immediately turned his head away and started whistling loudly like he hadn't noticed anything. Matt's eye twitched. $1,000. Deadpool stopped whistling. Matt continued reluctantly. $1,000 to stay here and watch Blindspot until Claire arrives. Deadpool curled his lip in disdain. Honestly, he preferred doing business with rich clients like Elektra. Compared to that woman's payments, Matt was practically offering pocket change. But then Deadpool suddenly thought of something. If anything happened to Elektra, his $59,900 would disappear. That thought hurt. Very badly. Deadpool sighed dramatically. Fine. He would reluctantly help. But not without adding something extra. Add 2 more kicks, Deadpool said calmly. Matt blinked. What? The kind that leaves shoe prints on his face, Deadpool continued casually. And don't wipe them off. Matt's face immediately turned black. Completely black. Like the bottom of a burnt cooking pot. Inside his heart he screamed. Matt! Matt! Why did you provoke this guy in the first place? Everyone in New York knew one thing about Deadpool. He was extremely petty. Matt gritted his teeth. One night. Just one night. Deal. Deadpool answered instantly. Matt didn't hesitate any longer. He threw out his daredevil batons and launched himself forward, chasing in the direction Elektra had disappeared. At the same time he pulled out his phone and quickly dialed Claire. Deadpool shouted behind him. "Remember to bring back my $59,900 safely." Matt nearly lost his balance midair and almost crashed into a wall. Deadpool stood there proudly. Then suddenly, "Awesome!" He stomped his foot excitedly. It was just too satisfying. The look on Matt's face just now was priceless. Half of his face had looked like he had swallowed something disgusting. Deadpool decided something important. When he got home later, he would replay that moment in his memory and draw it. Then he would hang the picture in front of his dining table. With that expression staring at him, he could easily eat 2 full bowls of white rice. Since he had nothing better to do while waiting for Claire, Deadpool crouched down and examined Blind Spot again. He poked the young vigilante with one finger. No reaction. Deadpool checked his pulse. Then he nodded. Nothing serious. At worst, Blind Spot had lost some blood. A few pounds of pig liver later, and he would be perfectly fine. Deadpool then slowly turned his head toward the other unconscious person. Laura West. He gently picked up her hand. Then stared at it carefully. Up. Down. Left. Right. Deadpool's expression slowly filled with disgust. TSK. He clicked his tongue. How exactly does a writer come up with a superpower like this? Her ability was strange. Extremely strange. What was the point of it? Was the whole purpose just to slap someone and leave 10 finger marks on their face? Laura West suddenly opened her eyes. Her expression was completely cold. Emotionless. She stared directly at Deadpool. Deadpool froze for a moment. Then he rubbed his chin thoughtfully. HM. Something's wrong. The sequence is wrong. He pointed at her face. Close your eyes again. Laura continued staring at him silently. Deadpool explained patiently. In the script, Snow White wakes up after the prince kisses her. I haven't kissed you yet. If you wake up early like this, the director will be unhappy. He continued speaking seriously. And if the director is unhappy, he'll cut scenes. If scenes get cut, actors lose jobs. If actors lose jobs, they lose income. And without income... Deadpool sighed dramatically. You won't be able to raise your 2 children. He paused. Actually, it seems like you aren't raising them right now anyway. After smuggling Blind Spot into New York years ago, Laura West had brought his younger sister with him. Then she disappeared. She completely devoted herself to the affairs of the Church of the Hand. She never cared about the siblings again. Blind Spot, an undocumented immigrant, had no way to find normal work. During the day he worked as a cleaner at a university. Sometimes he also helped Matt as a legal assistant. At night he became a vigilante. And he still had to pay for his sister's school tuition. Deadpool shook his head. That kid's life was tragic. He was basically becoming the next Peter Parker. Laura West simply stared at him coldly. Deadpool sighed. All right. You win. He gently put down her hand. Then suddenly raised his own hand and sniffed it. His expression turned intoxicated. He even gave a thumbs up. Your hands look weird. But the perfume smells amazing. Laura West stood up slowly. She glanced once at Blind Spot. Then she walked out of the church without saying a single word. Deadpool blinked. Hey. Where are you going? Claire will be here soon. Her clinic treats people for free. That's an incredible deal. You shouldn't miss it. Laura didn't stop. Deadpool continued shouting. By the way, are you really not considering finishing the Snow White scene? I'm very professional. I promise I won't stop until the director yells cut. Laura West disappeared into the night without looking back. Deadpool watched her leave. Then sighed deeply. These women from the previous generation really can't keep up with modern trends. The silent, cold personality. Just like Tsundere characters. They've already become tears of the past. He raised a finger like a professor making an important point. In modern times, only clingy sweet girls remain eternally popular. At that moment. Tap. 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 Footsteps echoed through the church. Deadpool turned around. Claire Temple stood at the entrance. Her forehead was covered with black lines of anger. Deadpool smiled brightly. Oh. You're here. Claire walked in slowly. Her expression was frighteningly calm. Not only am I here, she said. I also heard everything. Deadpool blinked. Claire crossed her arms. So tell me something, Mr. Wade. Is this why you keep sneaking into my clinic to steal medical supplies? Deadpool raised a finger confidently. Of course not. Then he immediately changed his answer. Well, not exactly. Claire's calm expression hid a terrifying storm. Deadpool shrank his neck. Come on. Don't be so stingy. I'm a superhero. It's just a few bandages. And anti-inflammatory medicine, Claire added. Deadpool nodded awkwardly. Yes. Also some anti-inflammatory medicine. Claire continued calmly. Painkillers. Povidone iodine. Antibiotics. Saline. Medical alcohol. Anesthetic. Surgical sutures. Sterile gauze. Deadpool lowered his head. Okay. That might be a little more than bandages. But that's not important. He suddenly pointed dramatically at blind spot. Look. There's a patient. Superhero blind spot. Daredevil's apprentice. He's dying. Go save him. Claire ignored the distraction. She continued speaking coldly. And last time. You even stole my band-aids. Deadpool froze. Claire looked genuinely confused. What exactly did you need those for? Band-aids were useless for most superhero injuries. Even Daredevil wouldn't use them. Deadpool slowly lowered his head again. His eyes drifted downward. Lower. 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 Until the universal law of gravity captured them. He raised an eyebrow. Do you really want to know? Claire instantly panicked. No. Deadpool spoke casually. It's just a small male habit. You know. Claire shouted instantly. Shut up. I don't know. I don't want to know. She shook her head violently as if trying to erase the thought from her mind. Then she pointed angrily at Deadpool. Wade. I swear. One day I'm banning you from my clinic. Deadpool looked offended. Hey. I'm a superhero. You can't discriminate like that. Claire replied instantly. Then stop doing things that other superheroes don't do. Deadpool lowered his head again. Okay. Claire's tone softened slightly. What exactly do you understand? Deadpool answered seriously. I shouldn't steal your band-aids. Claire nodded. Good. Anything else? Deadpool looked up cautiously. Do you think putting painkillers inside tape could have a similar effect? Or wrapping bandages around it? That might have a unique charm too. Claire nearly collapsed. Damn it. She pointed furiously at him. When I get back, I'm putting a sign on the clinic door. Deadpool blinked. Claire shouted the final verdict. Deadpool and Dogs Not Allowed. 180+ chapters available in Patreon. Patreon.com/dragonscribe31. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Novels Wonderland.